Namaste, yoga friends, and welcome to this week's Kids Yoga Meets Astrology. My name's Doreen Foxwell, and I am coming to you today from our brand new yoga studio. We are so excited and can't wait to meet those of you who live in the Triangle area of North Carolina. We'll be officially opening on Saturday and having a grand opening open house, Halloween type event, come in costume or not, bring the little ones for treats and goodies and games or all kinds of fun things, arts and crafts. But I have missed the opportunity to bring you our Kids Yoga Meets Astrology tips in the past week or so because I have been so busy preparing the studio and moving everything in and unpacking and cleaning. What a time of transformation, which fits right into what's been going on and what is coming, is very transformative energy. This energy right now we're in is beginnings and endings, or endings and beginnings, depending on your life and your children's life right now. They might have new friendships, they might be losing friendships, they might have new boyfriends and girlfriends, or breaking up with boyfriends and girlfriends. This is all part of the astrology energy that is going on right now. Specifically, I'm going to share with you a couple points, but there is just so much going on. I can't even get through it. It'll be too long a show today when I want to give you just simple tips. But I wanted to use a gift I was giving many years ago in my old community. It was such a lovely gift at that time when I taught yoga there to the adults. And kind of what it says, and I'm not sure if you can see what it says, so I'm going to read it to you, is very similar to what we're going through right now. And it says, yoga is the journey of the self, to the self, and through the self. And it is a journey right now that we are on. We are on a very transformative journey. And we just entered Scorpio season. Scorpio is all about this, going deep, going dark. The Scorpio zodiac sign is the zodiac sign that will talk to you about your secrets or will be very secretive. So with your children, they might be keeping secrets or they might be telling you secrets. They also might be willing to share secrets or keep them very close to the belt. If you are a Scorpio sign, you are the type of friend or the type of child or the type of parent that will hold somebody's hands through the toughest, darkest, hardest of times. You will always be there for your friends or family that need you. So if you have a Scorpio child, just know they are just such a beautiful soul because they are that type of a friend, of a family member that is the one you can count on. And how do I personally know this? I know this because my best friend is a Scorpio. My mother-in-law is a Scorpio. My son's girlfriend of 7 or 8 years is a Scorpio. And my business partner in Westchester, New York is a Scorpio. I have so many Scorpio women around me, and they all have such beautiful energy, and people are very, very loyal to my business partner, friend, franchise owner, to my best friend. She is the most loyal of all friends who will be there for you no matter what. So for your children that are Scorpios or entering this season of Scorpio, just know that all comes into play. As a Scorpio gets older teens and young adults, they are very sexy signs. And in today's world, unfortunately, for even the very little ones, they show very sexy outfits. If you have a Scorpio child and they love to dress up that way, this is part of it. That's their makeup. They are one of the sexiest signs out there. So just keep that in mind. You want to be open to whatever secrets that they want to share with you or whatever secrets that they're keeping. That is a Scorpio. So beautiful Scorpio energy that we just entered this weekend. On top of that, we are going into a new moon tomorrow, and a partial solar eclipse. Holy smokes. What that means is a new moon is when you manifest. And I wanted to share with you, for 2 years, every time it was a new moon, I would write down my new moon intentions on little index cards and I would put them in a decorative box. For your new moon, you want to take the time to journal or write down a couple things you want to manifest. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, not like 10 or 20. You just want a couple or even one at a time to focus on. One of the things I was working on manifesting in the past 2+ years was a studio in this North Carolina area where I moved to several years ago. And I had a very, very difficult time finding a studio that checked all the boxes I was looking for and was affordable. I really looked everywhere. I put it out there to the universe over and over again. I wrote down my manifestations every new moon, and eclipses kind of electrify that kind of energy. And so I could not be more pleased that the studio I found checked every single box that I was looking for. The only thing I had to be a little flexible on was the location. The location was the only thing that didn't check the box, but it was close enough, close enough. So manifest, magical manifesting time with this eclipse and new moon that's happening tomorrow morning, very early. And if you don't get to your manifesting for a day or two, you will still have that energy going on for almost 6 months, because we are entering the season of what's called the season of eclipses. We have lunar eclipses, we have solar eclipses happening. So this is the first of many. They come in pairs. And the other thing that happened this week, the Saturn planet, the teacher, the planet that gifts you if you've done the work. Saturn went direct, been retrograde, going direct. So right now it's kind of stationed, standing still, or it looks that way in the sky, before it starts to go direct. So for your children that have been doing the work, meaning doing their schoolwork, they might be rewarded with some type of an award, some type of ribbon, some type of recognition. Schools always celebrate like their 30-day mark, their 60-day mark, their 100th day mark of school, whatever it is. And so don't be surprised if your children are having those type of surprise certificates or recognition, but also they may have gone the other way and they didn't do the work and they didn't do their studies and they didn't do what they were supposed to be doing in school, and now they're paying the price. And that is what the planet Saturn kind of does in a simplified version. And again, we are kids yoga, and so I really try to keep it simple. I used to love those books like that they had about keeping things simple, KISS, keep it simple. So the other thing I want to talk about as far as energy, and I'm sorry, I'm just checking my notes because I just want to make sure I don't forget a couple of the high points that we were having. Or I'll just make this the last thing I want to talk about. Because of the time of the season and all this planetary activity that's going on right now in astrology, this time of year always is what we call the veils between the two worlds are thin. If you believe in the spirit world and our physical world, this is what I'm talking about, and the veil is thin. Halloween. And then there are some other holidays in other cultures that go on that are celebrated, like the Day of the Dead. And there's one other that I can't think of. I think it's San Juan, Halloween. Well, anyway, so this time of year that's happening, these are all celebrating the other side. Your children come into this world with gifts, some more so than others. But what happens as the children gets older, they find out that these gifts that they have, these senses, this intuition, this psychic ability is sometimes frowned upon. In my program, I am so thrilled to offer now classes on intuition and spirituality and developing those skills. And we are doing it virtually and in person. So no matter where you are in the world and country, your children can tap into that. But from your own home at this moment, the number one thing to do to tap into those skills, those intuition, those meditation, is meditation, I'm sorry. Those psychic abilities, meditation, meditation, meditation. Now, meditation for a 2-year-old, very different than a meditation for a 10-year-old. For a 2-year-old, meditation can simply be sitting still for 10 seconds, breathing in, breathing out. Up, they're done. But for a 10-year-old, let's say, meditation, we teach them how to just close their eyes, how to look inwards, how to focus on their third eye, which is right here, this point. Sometimes we'll have them tap it. We have their eyes focusing on that. How the breath plays such an important role on psychic and intuitive abilities. And I know there's a lot today that's in our Kids Yoga Meets Astrology. There actually is a lot more happening. I will probably come in this week and do a second one since we're almost set up now in the studio. But in the meantime, namaste. Have a great yoga day. Happy manifesting on the new moon on Tuesday. And have a magical Scorpio season.